Welcome to a sports podcast. This is the special March Madness episode here. Today we have Ricky Goupel and a guest host, Mike Boone, with us.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank
you for coming on. You're the expert here. The selection committee, the everything.
I don't know if I'd say expert as much as just an avid watcher.
Junkie. That was the word you used the other night.
College basketball junkie. I'll take it.
All right, Ian.
I'm the opposite of that. I don't watch any college basketball.
But you got an Oral Roberts shirt on, so.
Ohio's going down. They don't. I mean, if we're being honest, they don't stand a chance. If you guys want to jump on the Oral Roberts train right now, you can. There's still room.
I don't know. I'm a Michigan fan, so as much as I'd love to see Oral Roberts beat Ohio State, it's not going to happen. Sorry.
I think the Iona train is the more popular 15 seed train.
I think it's just the Rick Pitino train, honestly.
Maybe it's that. Yeah. Maybe
I don't know what that means.
Okay. All right. What do we had first? We had each of our Final Fours. First, Ian, let's hear your Final Four.
Oh, okay. I got it right here.
This could be interesting.
I've got Michigan and Iowa. That's a 1 and a 2, right? That's Iowa. What side of the bracket's that?
It's the left
East
side.
And West.
Yeah,
okay.
East and West.
And then on the other side, I have Baylor and San Diego State.
Whoa. Oh. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
You guys,
you gotta put
any
a sleeper
opinion
team
on that?
Well,
I don't know much about it.
I have San Diego State losing in the first round, so that's kind of my opinion on that. You have them playing. You say Baylor?
Yeah, Baylor.
Yeah, I've got Baylor there, but
okay.
Now, where do you have Gonzaga losing? You have Iowa in the Final Four there.
I have them. I have them losing to Iowa.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just the SDSU. I don't know much about them at all, but they are 16 and they never seem to ever show up for the tournament. So.
And they're playing Syracuse, who only shows up when they're a double-digit seed.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Made it to the Final Four as a 10 seed a while ago, and then an 11 seed, they almost made it.
Yeah. They're a team that if you've never seen a zone throughout the entire season, you're done, no matter what seed you are.
Syracuse. Jim Boeheim specializes the zone.
Absolutely. And they're hot, too. They've been playing well.
So I'll go with my Final Four next. I got Gonzaga out of the West. I got Alabama out of the East. I've got Ohio State out of the South. And then I've got my sleeper team, Oklahoma State, out of the Midwest. Cade Cunningham.
All right. You guys are both stealing a little. You're both stealing a little bit of my unpredictability here.
I'll be honest. I don't completely agree with you there, Ricky. I got Oklahoma out in the first round.
I know you do. You're making me nervous.
You have Liberty beating Oklahoma State in the first round?
Yeah, man. The stats add up.
Oh, let's
okay.
Wait.
I don't know who he is, but he showed me a stat, and I'm trusting him.
Ian, you got Oklahoma State and Ohio State losing the first round.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, you actually have Oral Roberts beating Ohio State? That's not just a joke.
I'll show you real quick.
What's the stat? Oh, I think Ian told me the stat the other night.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember
the stat exactly. Where is it? I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's at the bottom.
I can. Yeah.
Can't see it.
Yeah.
That's bold. That's a bold move.
Listen, you gotta be bold if you wanna do something.
This takes us right to our next segment, which is upsets. It does.
You want to hear my Final Four?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Mike's Final Four. Yeah, my bad.
So I've got Alabama coming out of the East.
You do.
I know Jonah and I tried to convince you to take Iona over Alabama for the last couple of days.
Trying to get in my head.
Spoiler. I took Alabama, and I'm a Michigan fan. Michigan's they're hurting. They lost their best player, their senior Isaiah Livers. I have them losing in the Sweet 16 to Florida State. So
okay.
As much as it hurt, Ian, you kind of caught me off guard there. I have Iowa beating Gonzaga in the Elite Eight.
You do.
So if you look at the bracket and you look at all the games they've played this year, Gonzaga's beat the number 2, 3, and 4 seed in their quarter of the bracket. So I think the selection committee just did a horrible job with that. But early in the year, they beat Iowa by 11, and Iowa's probably their best shooter, Jordan Bohannon. He's a fifth year that he just hates the NCAA, but went 1 for 8, 0 for 5 from 3, and they only lost by 11. So I think if they have a good shooting game, their defense is getting better. They can knock Gonzaga out there. Coming out of the South, I have Baylor. I just like their play style, hard-nosed players. And Ricky, out of the Midwest, I have Oklahoma State.
Hey, so I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy. I absolutely love Cade Cunningham. He's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. He's going to drop average 30 going through the tournament here. But
I really think Illinois, I don't know, they're just a recipe for, I don't know, they're the hype surrounding Illinois. Yeah, they won the Big Ten, but who did they beat in the final? I forget.
Ohio State.
Okay, well, it was an overtime game too, and
it was. And Ohio, but you make a point there. Ohio State was missing, their senior leader too in that game, and they almost scraped it by.
Yeah, I know. Oklahoma State, they started out the season pretty hot. I don't know why they're a 4 seed. They should be higher than that, in my opinion.
Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they started off a little bit slow. It took them a little bit while. They had a lot of injuries this season, so they lost a lot of crucial games that would have, bumped up their seed, but they won a ton coming down the stretch. They gave West Virginia a run. I know they beat Baylor. That's one of Baylor's losses on the season. So I'm with you, Ricky. And they got a big man that his last name's Boone. So you got to ride that train too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, see, that makes me feel better now. The Baylor thing, though, I have Baylor losing to North Carolina, and that's not just because I'm a North Carolina fan. I think
that's probably why.
That's not the reason why. I mean, I really think Baylor they're a fast-paced team from what I hear, and I don't know. I feel like Roy Williams, a well-coached team, could take them down, and that's my 8-1 upset.
So are you saying that North Carolina is going to start playing defense now that it's the tournament time? Because they haven't all year.
I mean, you do have a point, but I don't know.
Okay, you never know. That's the crazy thing about this tournament is you never know.
Yep. Out of all the 8-1 upset or 8 or 9-1 upsets, which one seed do you think has the biggest chance of falling before the Sweet 16?
The biggest chance of losing before the Sweet 16?
Yeah.
Illinois has a tough road. I mean, Georgia Tech. I had them at first, but their best player, their best player is out. They weren't really clear why.
Georgia Tech's
not playing. Yeah,
the one from the ACC tournament. Wow, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So he's out. Their big man. He was the ACC Player of the Year. I'm kind of blanking on his name right here, but they didn't say why he's out, but he's out for at least the first 2 games. So I have Loyola Chicago. So I don't know if you've watched any Loyola Chicago yet this year.
They were kind of hyped up.
They get a big man named Cameron Krutwig, and he's all national 3rd team. He looks like a 40-year-old you'd see at the rec center and playing against a bunch of young guys and just dominating. It's crazy, but Illinois got a chance to lose there, and I hate to say it, but I think LSU could give Michigan a run. They're dinged up. They're not, they're hot. They were hot early in the season, and they've definitely cooled down. So I don't think Baylor and Gonzaga have any chance of losing before the Sweet 16, though.
You don't think North Carolina has a chance against Baylor?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think they don't play enough defense. Baylor's the number 1 3-point shooting team in the country. Right. I just don't see North Carolina doing it.
Oh, Wichita just lost at the buzzer.
I'm watching it on my phone. It was delayed.
Oh
yeah, there it is. There it is. They just lost it. Yep, Drake won. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, upsets. We talked a lot about upsets, Mike, with Jonah. What's your biggest upset you have in the first round?
In the first round?
I know Ian's.
You don't have to ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not Oral Roberts, right? So I actually have in the West region, I have UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos.
Yep, I got that. What a mascot.
Creighton, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Creighton's just falling to pieces. They had their coach say some racist stuff in the locker room, and ever since then they're falling apart.
Yep.
And Santa Barbara, the last 19 games, they're 18-1. They have the conference player of the year. a guy named Ja'Cory McLaughlin. He's averaging 16 points, 5 assists a game. He's unreal. He was a Big West Player of the Year. I think he's going to win it for them. But
so you'd think I would say USC or UCSB, that doesn't roll off the tongue very well, has a chance to make the Sweet 16 too, because Virginia could go down in the first round as well.
Yeah, Virginia's not being very clear with what's going on with COVID. So depending on who's out, yeah, I think UC Santa Barbara would definitely have a chance to pull another upset.
So what else do you have? Do you have Colgate? Do you have Colgate over Arkansas?
I thought about it. I really did. That's going to be the most high-paced game in the first round. Like if there's a bunch of games on and you're between them and that game's on, turn that on. It's going to be a race to 100.
That's both the second game on tomorrow.
Yeah, don't play a lot of defense. They push the ball. I mean, it'll be crazy if you see any of those possessions get even 10 seconds into the shot clock. But I think Arkansas is too good.
I do have Colgate. I thought quite a bit about it. I said I needed a trademark upset, and so that's the one I picked because I think it's the best chance of it happening between any 1, 2, or 3 seeds.
Arkansas's got a guy named Moses Moody, and he's unbelievable. He's going to be a lottery pick in the NBA draft this fall. And if you have a lottery pick and you're playing against Colgate, I don't like the odds.
Fair enough. All right. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, another one I have is Georgetown.
Yeah, I have Georgetown too.
Yeah,
Colorado's not great.
I think they were like the 8 or 9 seed going to the Big East tournament, and they beat Villanova.
They ran the table.
Yeah, they're 4 games in 4 days. Big Patrick Ewing.
Yep.
I like that upset. And
very hot team.
Yeah. And they're big. They're huge. Colorado doesn't have as much size. Better guards, but they don't have the size that Georgetown has.
So, do you have any 2 or 1 seeds going out? Or no, I know you don't have any 1 seeds, but any 2 seeds going out before the Sweet 16?
Yeah, so I've got before the Sweet 16, I have 1. And I might be a little biased because my cousin's going there next fall, but I have the number 10 seed, Rutgers Scarlet Knights, beating the number 2 seed Houston Cougars.
I thought about that
second round.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the Last Dance on Netflix, the Michael Jordan documentary.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah. So they had a point guard named Ron Harper that was with them for the second three-peat, and his son Ron Harper Jr. Plays for Rutgers, and he's a stud. So Houston plays in a weak conference. Rutgers plays in the Big Ten, best conference in the country.
That's true.
So I like their odds.
I did think about that one. I do have Rutgers beating Clemson. Yeah, I did think about because Houston seems not to. They don't really show up, and they've gotten some high seeds in the past, and they haven't even reached the Sweet 16 once. So, Ian, I saw you nodding your head. Do you have a 1 or 2 seed going down also?
You already know, Ricky.
Which one?
Ohio State.
Oh, well, that's in the first round. I guess I meant at like a 7 or a 10 over 2.
Oh,
or think so. 8 or 9 over a 1.
Let me check.
I don't know. It's one of those things that it's gonna happen at least once, but it doesn't mean you're gonna pick one to happen.
No, I don't think I do.
Really?
Oh, I've got USC beating Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 6 over 3. Yep.
Yeah.
So out of all the 1 and 2 seed matchups, you take Oral Roberts over Ohio State. I like it.
Yeah, they score points. They put the ball in the hoop. And I mean, Ohio State. I looked at their games. I just did my little eye test, and I didn't like what I saw. I feel like they had a lot of close games against unranked opponents. So I mean, I think if Oral Roberts goes out there and they give it their all, they're going to win that game.
I like the E and I test.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of what this is an eye test. I did a lot of looking at schedules, Ian, when I made my bracket. That's what I did.
You did?
Yep.
I don't think I looked as much as anyone else here. Sometimes you can't look too much into it, though.
Definitely not as much as Mike.
It is called March Madness for a reason.
Good point.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Good point.
A lot of times, the less you know, the better off you are.
That's true. I mean, we had Jonah that's literally looking at film of these like 15 and 16 seeds looking at film.
Yeah. But last year, 2 years ago, there wasn't a tournament last year. I think my mother's bracket beat me, and I don't think she's watched a minute of college basketball.
That's how
in
it
her
goes.
life.
That's
So,
exactly how this goes.
a little embarrassing, but
All right, the next thing I got written down: favorite memory from each tournament in recent memory. So 2019, favorite memory, Mike.
Kyle Guy.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Okay. Kyle Guy sinking the free throws.
Kyle Guy. I mean, he scored 6 points in the last 6.5 seconds of a Final Four matchup with Auburn. I mean,
Yeah.
you're down by 4 with 6 seconds. Drains a 3. They foul on the inbounds. Misses the free throws. He gets fouled and ice in his veins. He knocked down all 3 free throws to
I remember what that was. Yeah, there was some controversy in that game too because there was like a missed double dribble that they.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but I did appreciate seeing Kyle Guy step up to the line and sink those 3 free throws.
Yeah, and then they ended up winning the national championship. I mean, it was 2 years ago, but they are still the defending national champions.
And we watched the national championship go to overtime while we were all in Augusta before we went down to Florida. Ian,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I know you were there. Yeah, I said we, as in all 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were forgetting about me there.
No, I wasn't forgetting. 2018, favorite moment.
You have one there, Ricky?
2018?
Yeah.
Probably UMBC. What else would you say?
Okay, yeah, I was going to say. Well, UMBC, first
Yep.
16 seed to ever beat a 1 seed. Just unreal.
Did you watch that live? Or had you gone to bed?
I did. I
You
only
did?
watched it live.
Okay, I had gone to bed by then.
And I know that's just absolutely crazy, but by far favorite memory of that. I don't remember when Michigan was playing the Houston Cougars in the second round of the tournament.
Yep.
And Jordan Poole knocked one down from about 30 feet out at the buzzer to send Michigan to the Sweet 16.
Did a split with his legs. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
drained
iconic.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid had more swag than he knew what to do with, but came in clutch.
How far
Another
back do we? Sorry, go ahead.
Another example of that Houston program just losing big games.
That was what came to mind actually when I thought they were all. What was Houston? I think it was 6 seed that year, but that's what came to mind of them not showing up in the tournament. How far back do we want to go with these?
I've got 2016, 2017 on here, so as far back as you want.
All right, go ahead, give them to me.
2017. There's only one. I mean, that was kind of as far as NCAA tournaments go, that was probably the least amount of crazy stuff happening. I don't know if you remember or if you saw it when you were looking into it. Wisconsin and Florida's matchup that year.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wisconsin hits a 3 at the buzzer to send it in overtime, and then in OT, Florida had a point guard named Chris Chiozza. He played a little bit in the NBA, but hit a just sprinting down court runner one-handed off 1 foot, drained it to send them.
That was
send them the next round. So
Wisconsin was an 8 seed, and Florida was a 4 seed, so it's an unlikely matchup. But that obviously 2017, I'd have to go with Carolina winning the last 3 games. Luke May at the buzzer to send him to the Final Four, and then Kennedy Meeks with a big rebound in the national semifinal to send him to the championship, and then finally beating Gonzaga in the championship. Good. For me, obviously, that's my favorite memory of that tournament. And then 2016.
I was gonna say, did you block out all of 2016 from memory as a Tar Heels fan?
All except that last 4.7 seconds.
Chris
the national
Jenkins.
Championship.
Chris Jenkins at the buzzer. Villanova over North Carolina.
Yep.
By far. Although, like I said, I'm a Michigan fan. That was the year that number 15 Middle Tennessee upset number 2 Michigan State.
Wait, I thought that was 27. That was 2016, really? Okay.
Yeah, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy. But,
Chris
Jenkins.
That championship sequence there, it was a lot like the one you just mentioned before, the Florida and Wisconsin.
Wasn't that Marcus Page with like the double clutch?
The circus 3.
That was nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was in 8th grade. And I'd stayed up way past what I should have stayed up because it was like 12:30 at night, and Carolina was down by like 10 with 4 minutes to go, 9 or 10, and they came back and tied it at the end. I was like, maybe it's meant to be, but then I was like 4.7. That's way too much time. Way too much time. Did I shed it?
Did you
I
shed
might.
it?
I don't
Did
know
you
if I
cry?
shed it here. I don't know. I don't remember. I might
Yeah,
have.
block-
I think I might have.
Block it out.
I know.
Suppress the
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah. All right. I think that leaves us with our trivia segment. Ian, you got some trivia questions for Mike, don't you?
I do. Let me start with this one here. Could you name the single game points record for a player? What player holds the single game points for the whole
In the tournament?
Yeah,
In the tournament?
I
don't know.
Bill
That.
Walton?
No.
No.
Oh.
I know Bill Walton scored 42 or 44 in the championship in '73. I don't know who has the record, but
it's Austin Carr from Notre Dame, 1970 with 61.
Wow.
1961.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's unreal. Yeah, I would have never gotten that. Austin Carr.
Yeah,
No
that's a
idea.
tough one.
All right.
No idea.
Let's go to my one question that I had. I did have this written down, but you already answered it tonight. I said who made the shot. I have who made the shot for Michigan to beat Houston in 2018. You already answered that.
Oh, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole.
Name the Fab Five.
Oh, are you? That's a layup. Ray Jackson,
is that
Jimmy
really?
King, Juwan Howard,
Okay.
Chris Webber, Jalen Rose. You had Rob Pelinka on the bench.
Okay. So you named the Fab Six. All right.
Yeah, James Voskuil on the bench.
Fab Seven.
Yeah.
All right, Ian, your turn.
Okay. Can you name the last 10 national champions?
Can I name the last 10 national champions?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Do you want me to name the last 10 Final Fours? I could probably do it.
Yeah. Do you have them? And then I could probably do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. 2010, we had Duke and West Virginia, and then we had Butler and Michigan State.
Oh, that was Butler misses the buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Duke won that.
There you go.
Miss buzzer beater. Yeah.
2011, we had VCU and Butler, and then UConn and Kentucky.
Yeah, isn't that Kemba?
Yep.
Isn't that
was Kemba.
Kemba? Yeah, that was Shaka Smart, the coach of Texas right now, leading. That was a 10 seed VCU.
11.
Final Four. 11 seed VCU.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kemba Walker.
You had 11.
UConn won that.
Yeah. You had 11th seeded Butler or 11th seeded VCU and 8th seeded Butler on one end of the bracket, and then 4 and 3 Kentucky and UConn. That was a crazy year. That was the first year I ever filled out a bracket. I had Pittsburgh, and then they lost to Butler in the second round.
Yeah, they had what was it, DeJuan Blair, their best player, DeJuan Blair.
I don't remember. Butler did have Matt Howard still. Courtney Hayward had gone to the draft. Anyway, 2012, Kentucky. It was Kentucky and Louisville, and then Kansas and Ohio State.
Louisville won that, right? Wasn't that Louisville?
No.
Was that Kentucky? What's that?
It was Anthony Davis.
That's right. Yeah. Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis. I do remember that game.
Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
Yeah, overrated.
And then 2013, we had Louisville and Wichita State and Syracuse and Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan didn't win. That was Louisville.
Yeah, that was Louisville.
The national championship. Yeah. That was a Wichita. I think Wichita State was undefeated that season. Was that season?
They were this was their Cinderella season.
Gotcha.
They were 9 seed.
They were one of the 20 teams that's gone undefeated into the tournament.
Yeah, the next year that was their year, and then they lost to Kentucky. Yep. That was the Kevin Ware year. Kevin Ware.
That's right.
Leg in half.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
A trivia question for that year. Sweet 16, Michigan and Kansas. Michigan down by 10 with like 2 minutes to go. Who made the shot to send it into overtime?
Easy. Trey Burke. Ice in his veins. Trey Burke.
That was another layup, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So what are we? 2014. This was also a crazy year. We had Florida 1 seed, UConn a 7 seed, and then we had Kentucky an 8 seed and Wisconsin a 2 seed.
I think that was UConn again.
Yep.
Yeah, Shabazz Napier was their point guard. Yeah. Shabazz.
Ryan Boat. They had Ryan Boatwright too.
Ryan Boat. Yeah.
Yep. 2015. Who was it? 1 seeded Kentucky, 2 seeded or 1 seeded Wisconsin, and then 1-seeded Duke and 7-seeded Michigan State.
Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin win that?
Nope, Duke won this.
No.
Yep.
Was it Duke?
Duke and Wisconsin.
Yeah, because that was Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker. And was that Justice Winslow's year at Duke?
I don't know. Grayson Allen was a freshman this year.
Yeah, Justice Winslow and Jaleel Okafor. That was that season.
Okafor.
Duke had that great team.
Yep.
And the older Jones brother.
2016, we had 1-seeded Carolina against 10th-seeded Syracuse, and then 2nd-seeded Villanova against 2nd-seeded Oklahoma.
Yeah, we know how that ended, right?
We do know how that ended.
You don't like this one too much.
Chris Jenkins.
Yep. All right. 2017, we had 1-seeded Carolina against 3-seeded Oregon, and then on the other side we had 1-seeded Gonzaga and 7th-seeded South Carolina.
Yeah, this was your favorite year. This is North Carolina over Gonzaga in the national championship.
Arguably one of the most boring March Madnesses altogether because there weren't many upsets. But
just not a ton of fun stuff happening.
Nope. That was the best bracket I ever filled out that year.
I bet it was.
Yep.
Nothing fun happened.
2000. What are we up to? 2018. This was the wildest year by far. 11-seeded Loyola Chicago, 3-seeded Michigan, and then 1-seeded Villanova and 1-seeded Kansas, I think.
Yeah, this was a rough year for me. Villanova absolutely wiped the floor with Michigan that year in the national championship.
It really wasn't fair if you think about it.
No, it wasn't. It was Dante DiVincenzo was just knocking them in from like 40 feet out the whole game. It was hard to watch. It really was hard to watch.
It really wasn't fair. After UMBC upset Virginia, that was it. You couldn't blame them for that terrible national championship.
Yeah, that's true. And then obviously 2019 was Virginia, Kyle Guy.
Yep.
Ty Jerome.
I was happy for those guys when they finally won it.
Yeah, I like that team.
I remember Jonah being super mad in the lobby the day after because he just said Virginia was such a boring team or something.
Well, yeah, they were like they played at the slowest pace in the country.
Yeah.
Kind of annoying, but
I mean, they won.
I guess I felt good for them, but
yeah, they beat Texas Tech, and then it was Texas Tech and Michigan State on the other side, and then Virginia beat Auburn to get in. So there you go. Yeah. Ian, do you have anything else for trivia?
I don't have anything else. That was it for me.
I don't have anything else either.
I've got one, Ricky. I got one for you.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, it's about University of North Carolina.
All right. I might not get it.
1982. 1982 was a great year for UNC.
Yep.
Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Get the game winner again to beat Patrick Ewing.
Yep.
And Georgetown in the national championship.
I do know that much.
Who was the tournament MVP?
Oh, jeez. I had to not be Michael Jordan.
He was a North Carolina Tar Heel.
Oh, man. It can't be Michael Jordan because it's a trick question.
It was not Jordan.
I don't know. I don't know. James Worthy? I don't know.
It was big game James Worthy.
It was. Okay.
It was.
Oh, there you go. Two players I can name on that team, and that's it. 1993. No, I'm just kidding. Chris Webber takes it up into the front court.
Stop. Always know how many timeouts you have left.
There you go.
That's all I gotta say. Always know. We got it in 89 though.
Yep.
We won one in 89. I'll claim that.
That was before the Fab Five, right?
But yeah,
that was before any of the Fab Five came. Yeah. Who did they beat in '89?
I forget who they beat. That was I don't remember Glenn Rice. That was Glenn Rice just absolutely putting Michigan on his back. I think he averaged like 30 a game in the tournament. Won the national championship. Yeah, I don't know. I forget who they beat. Probably Duke. If it was in the 80s, it was probably Duke. I watched the Christian Laettner documentary not long ago when Duke destroyed Michigan in 92, and then Michigan came back all the way to the national championship in 93, and then that's when that infamous too many timeouts thing happened. Yeah. I blame the bench. They were yelling timeout. So I do have to say something. We went over our Final Fours, but we never talked about who we have winning national.
I was going to say that. Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
Ian, go ahead.
Okay. I got Baylor.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Baylor Bears.
Baylor beating Iowa.
Ian, great minds think alike. I have Baylor beating Oklahoma State in the Final Four. I have Iowa beating Alabama in the Final Four, and I have Baylor beating Iowa in the national championship.
I like it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Not what you would think of if you think of college basketball, Baylor and Iowa going at it in the national championship, but
Not at all.
So I got Gonzaga and Alabama, and then I got Ohio State and Oklahoma State, 2 OSUs going at it, and I have Ohio State winning that matchup, and then Gonzaga winning against Alabama, and then Gonzaga winning it all. I know it's kind of boring to go with the number 1 overall seed, but you're supposed to pick who you think is going to win, and that's who I think is going to win. So it's easy as that.
I think Gonzaga's overrated. Overrated.
I don't know if I'd say overrated, but they've played a lot of close games against teams that didn't play too well. You know what I mean?
It's an easy conference.
And they're a team that I think would have benefited from a loss during the season, kind of get punched in the face, regroup, and they didn't. I think they're going to get hit.
The last team to go into the tournament undefeated, I think it was Kentucky in 2015, and and they lost in the Final Four to Wisconsin. But,
Frank the Tank Kaminsky.
Yeah. So the Gonzaga will be trying to do it for the first time since Indiana in
it was Isaiah Thomas.
I think it was 76.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah, it was Bobby Knight.
I think that was. I don't know if that was Isaiah Thomas, but I know it was Bob Knight.
I think they went 32-0 that year in Gonzaga. If they won, they would also go 32-0. So,
yeah, Gonzaga, they play a lot of games compared to a lot of other teams in the tournament.
26. Yep.
Yeah.
Some weird records you see, obviously, because of all the games lost to coronavirus. But I'm glad we have a tournament this year. I was really glad to hear the CBS theme for March Madness back on the TV. That was great. It was a great sound to hear.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear Jim Nance, just his voice, just radiate through the TV. It's not as good as the Masters, but it's pretty nice.
How about Gus Johnson? You know Gus Johnson.
I do know. Wait, which Gus Johnson?
The black Gus Johnson, not the comedian. The announcer.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm glad you knew the comedian too. Yeah.
No, I didn't really know the comedian. I googled just Gus Johnson today, and the first one that came up was a comedian. That's the only reason I knew.
Yeah, I'm more of a Jim Nance guy. So.
Oh, I am too. But Gus Johnson, you know who Gus Johnson is, right?
No.
He did some football a while back, but CBS stopped his contract. He's iconic because he's super excitable. Like he just yells.
Okay, I probably know who you're talking about. Know who you're talking about.
He's got getting away from the cop speed. That's like one of his famous calls on a. I don't remember the guy, but it was a running back that broke loose. He was like, he's got getting away from the cop speed. But yeah,
it's a great call.
It was a great call. He won't be there this year. I won't hear his voice, but yeah, Jim Nance's voice is just, I could fall asleep to it.
It's unreal. There's no words for it.
Hello, friends.
No words.
I wish I could come up with a greeting as iconic as "Hello, friends," but I can't. So.
There's not one. I mean, there's just not one. So welcoming.
All right, Ian. I don't have anything else. Mike, you don't have. I think we covered everything we can cover in this little surprise episode.
I think we did get everything.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I do have to say, I dug so hard into the bracket this year, and I guarantee you, tomorrow by noon, Ricky, I'm gonna send you a text, and my bracket's gonna be ripped up.
Tomorrow by noon, that's when the games start.
Yeah. I might as well get a head start.
Who's playing tomorrow noon? I think it's a 6 and 11. It's Texas Tech and Utah State, I believe.
And I've guessed it. I have the upset there. So Texas Tech wins, I'm done. Yep.
There goes your perfect bracket.
Yep. Maybe next year.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to this surprise episode of a sports podcast with our guest host, our college basketball junkie, Mike Boone. We'll see you next Tuesday on a sports podcast. Bye.